Alright, I'd say let's rest here, and we're going to continue on with the main story when Thickskin gets back.
Kate came by. Thickskin is back and wants to see you.
Why did she not wake me?
Perhaps she resented playing the messenger. Perhaps she just wanted to make you late. She was vexed. Thickskin return has upset her.
Kate reminds me of my sister.
Aoife.
Clan McCraith's little spitfire. Always at my heels. Or giving father's guards all kinds of hell. She was a wee thing, but strong. The big men in armour didn't scare her. She had more brains than I, and more wild too. In sparring, she'd beat me handy. She would have made a fine swordswoman, had she grown.
Someday I'd like to meet my brother and sister.
I'm sorry. You're what?
Twins. By my mother's letters, they must be 8 years old.
You never told me this.
You never asked.
What are their names? What? I'm interested, that's all.
You're bothersome. Ayomide is my sister. Temi is my brother.
I'd no idea you got letters from home.
My mother writes once a year. The letters take months to find me, if they find me at all. Until now, I've given it little thought.
3 Duarte children walk the world. God help us.
Good boy. Now that you can count to 3, we can move on to 4.
I hope the twins have more charm than you do.
Okay, I really like that scene, getting to know more about their families.
Did I mention Thickskin was waiting for you?
All right. I'm going.
All right, this is a new day, as far as I know. Let's just take a quick glance to see if there's anything that's changed in the world. And now that we have at least a couple things in mind that we need, let's stop by the merchants very quickly. Because I'm starting to get a sense for like, oh, if we had these specific parts, then we'd be able to do an upgrade. On that note, nope. We want to go here. So I would need... Yeah, I'm not going to be able to afford all of that stuff. Let's see if there's anything that I'm like 1 or 2 short of. Oops. Okay, everybody relax. There we go. Yeah, 1 Scourge Accretion. I don't know why she would sell that, but maybe like a map to a Scourge Accretion? That's possible. Wool. Oh, I bet you she sells wool. Let's see if we can buy 14 wool. she's not going to have that stuff, I wouldn't think. Waxy cap agaric. We would need 22 of those. So we need wool and waxy caps.
Good day, Nellie.
All the better for your presence, Mr. McCrae.
I wonder if she'll give us a discount since we didn't kill her.
How goes it, Mrs. Heaton?
Times are hard for everyone, but me, I've never felt so free. I'm almost ashamed of it. Almost.
Freedom is good. What do you plan to do with it?
You know, once, before I was unlucky enough to meet Fortune Heaton, I was a herbalist. Maybe I'll go back to that.
A healer could be useful. Especially if by healing others, she heals herself.
Wise words. Thank you.
Let's trade, Mrs. Heaton.
All right, let's.
Oh, that could be it. So she's got 40 of them. Yeah, we can absolutely do that. Oh, but you guys, I have $600 and she has Marauder armor for 600. Can I see how good my current armor is? I feel like we just upgraded this. So we just got our physical resistance up to 20. And if we take a look here, this starts at 31 and then I bet goes up from there. We've also got this brooch. Oops. Crap.
Let's trade, Mrs. Heaton.
All right.
This brooch. Manifestation 40 and 5. And this brooch would give us 31 and 4. Yeah, so it takes some upgrades. I'm inclined to buy some of these. Alternatively, I could wait. And she doesn't sell the wool that I was thinking of. That armor seems very ostentatious for him. Oh, we'd also sell a bunch of this. I mean, look how much I have. Surely I can sell, like, 52 of those. Yeah. Okay, now I've got a lot more money. I don't mean to keep exiting out of that.
Let's trade, Mrs. Heaton.
All right, let's.
I don't know if I want to walk around in a suit of armor. Also, this Banisher tea is also $300. Is that, like, my best guess is that that's a permanent upgrade to the decoctions that you eat for health? Can I double check my current decoctions? Oh, you actually can. And you can upgrade them that I didn't know. Does she sell any translucent fiber? No. Okay, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to get this Marauder armor. Okay, that's a lot of my money. Now, we can still buy this, and now I've forgotten how much that I needed. So, with apologies, we're going to have to go find that again. No. That's the wool. Okay, so we needed 22. Yes. Okay. Now, if I could buy some wool, we'd be all set.
Thank you for your time, Mrs. Heaton.
Thank you for your interest, Mr. McCrae.
Fox is voting to wear the full plate armor. We definitely have to put this on now. There is one other merchant in town. And then we're going to get changed. We're going to upgrade our brooch before we go talk with Feathersmith. Thickskin.
I'd be glad to help, but after years of trade, though my mind is keen, my body betrays me. Yes, I've bought and sold it all. furs and jewels, tobacco and wine, fish and fowl, sugar and spice, the corn, and with it the Utopia.
I don't suppose you've any nails, but these ones are shite.
I do not, Daniel. I do not. But I assure you that I have taken note of your demand. When New Eden opens to the world once more, then I shall move to meet your need. You shall have the finest Boston nails. The blacksmith may moan, or he may make better nails himself. This is the way of the world. A bright future awaits us, Daniel.
I look forward to it, Mr. Paris. But if I can't get good nails now, there ain't no future at all.
Good day to you, Squire Paris.
Thank you, but no, sir, it is not a good day.
What's the word around here? What's on your mind?
All right, I'm bored. Go on then. Whose ears shall we burn?
I'd gladly know your thoughts on thick-skinned Newsmith.
A thick skin, but a sharp mind. Pragmatic, unemotional. Could have been a merchant, if she had it in her to fake the charm.
I'd be glad to know your thoughts on Kate Newsmith.
The younger sister. I keep my distance.
Why's that?
We all have masks. I'm good at seeing past them. Well, behind Kate Newsmith's mask, there is a bomb. The fuse is lit. Someday soon it shall go boom.
How are things going around here?
Use your eyes and ears, man.
I do. I'd very much like your view of the situation.
I'm cold. I'm hungry. It's been weeks since I've slept more than 4 hours in a row. This camp is a shithole, and it's worse outside. This is my view of the situation.
Show me your wares.
You'll find what you need, I'm sure.
I know I mentioned this before, but I really like the fact that the merchant is like a full-fledged character. No, Governor, I don't have any opinion on that or anything happening around me. Wouldn't you like to see my wares? No, he's like a regular dude who's like in the situation along with everybody else. Okay, I just don't remember which one of these I needed the leather for. The wool. It doesn't make sense for it to be this whistle, but somehow it is. So with 14 wool, we can do an upgrade to this. And he only sells 10. Boo, do I want to buy 10? Screw it, let's buy 10. Wait, oh no, 10 is what I can afford. He has more than that. Okay, let me sell some leather since I have a bunch of that. Let's sell 20 leather. And now I need to buy 2 more. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm actually forgetful enough that I do want to double check that now I have all the parts. See, I need 2 more. There.
I'll bid you good day.
Okay, let's go get changed, and then we're going to meet up with Kate Newsmith. And Thickskin. I don't, like, this is not a question for anybody who actually knows, but for folks in chat that are experiencing this alongside the stream for the very first time, do you guys think we're going to find out Thickskin's actual name, or is she just going to go by Thickskin the entire game? We did read this, yeah? I'm pretty sure we did, because I remember the name Evelyn, or Eveline. Okay, wait, what's this? It's empty. Okay, so the reason I'm resting is just so that we can do the upgrades, because you have to be here to do that. Inventory. And we're going to do this. If you're not supposed to put all of your eggs into these specific baskets, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm very deliberately trying to not do that thing that I tend to do where I just hoard, and then I wind up with like 1 billion of everything. Screw it. Let's upgrade all our stuff. Let's get all the very best. Now, this is going to be a drop in strength and dexterity, but a big increase in vitality, health, well, somewhat everything in health, and then the physical percentage of defense. Oh, I really hate it. I visually extremely dislike this. Can we also upgrade it? No, I don't have any inky caps. Okay, so I just can't. We will put this on later, but for right now, I'm going to switch right back to our regularly scheduled outfit. Walking around town in a full suit of armor while these people are starving and freezing to death and also suffering from, like, extreme nightmares, I just feel like such a jackass. Carolyn is saying that her name will be the twist at the end. Thickskin's actual name is Ghosts of New Eden. That'll be the big twist that they reveal to us. We are absolutely going to wear that armor. We're just not going to do it right now. I paid $600 for that armor, so we are going to wear it. I just don't want to wear it around town because I feel like an idiot.
I can give no order, but you return from the hunt and countermand. Lo, the halfpenny redeemer come to save us. Thou may enter, O great saviour.
Excuse my sister.
Underestimating her would be a mistake. She's tougher than you.
You're alive.
What does it matter how I got here? I lived, and that is all.
Aye. Living be what counts.
Is there news from New Eden town?
When you went to the meeting house, I gathered me flock and left. I've heard nothing since.
Your faith in us gladdens my heart.
I wasn't wrong, was I? But folk here still believe in you.
What became of those who stayed?
Dead, or near it. I'm neither foolish enough nor mad enough to go find out.
She thinks you a madman or a fool.
Maybe I'm both.
Don't crow. Foolish madmen abound.
Wait, what? She just responded to something that Antea said. Hold on. What did I miss there? She said, I'm not foolish enough to go back. Antea said, she thinks you're a madman or a fool. Red said, maybe I'm both. And then Thickskin said, crap. I feel like Thickskin just directly responded to something that Antea said. I might be mistaken, but I think she can perceive Antea.
What about the missing group of refugees?
What about them?
Kate told me they went missing before reaching your camp. Any chance they survived in the woods?
Not the slightest. Otherwise they would already be here. Those poor bastards are long dead.
Where lies the future for you? For the camp? For the people here?
The plan was to walk across the mountains, but the cold put an end to that. For now, we stay.
Till the weather lifts.
The weather and the fear. They must feel the sun on their faces again and courage in their hearts.
Courage rises in the darkness, woman. The sunshine follows after.
You didn't ask me here to watch you drink soup. What do you want?
Kate says you have metal. I can use that. There's a service I need from you.
You've something important needs doing and you want me to do it? No wonder your sister's fuming.
Kate may wish her skin were thick as mine, but wishing'll not make it true.
Kate seems pretty tough to me.
Her feelings fail her. She's much to learn.
Speak frankly. What would you have me do?
Banish a ghost that doesn't exist. Folk here believe in monsters. Their fear makes them weak. Kill the beast. Kill their fear and give them back their strength.
Fear can be good.
We can't spare much, but you shall have a gun and powder and shot with it.
Let's go with this.
'Tis honest work. I presume you'll pay for it.
I have the means to pay you. My word on it.
We'll see how that goes.
You know the curse is real. Why not the beast too?
The beast is nothing much. A bear, perhaps a wolf. A monster only in the mind.
Why not kill it yourself?
Because when the Banisher kills the beast, everyone here will believe the monster dead.
I'll hunt your beast, whatever it is. If you answer one last wee question.
You may ask it.
What's with the name? No one rightly calls their daughter Thick Skin.
My birth name be best forgotten. Thick skin better suits the world.
Fair enough.
In the wild, we carry muskets. And we carry these. Whistle for help if the need be great.
And the gun?
My sister can spare her musket. If you can get it from her.
Kate will be delighted.
Kate will be hurt. I predict fireworks.
That's not a whistle. A woman in her 20s of great intensity. When Kate Newsmith isn't giving people orders, she's watching them from beneath her large black hat. Capable and combative, there's sadness in her eyes and a huge chip on her shoulder. Cool. Did I or did I not just get a whistle? There it is. A wooden whistle. The wooden whistle Thixon gave Red with which to summon help. Oops.
You think Kate's feelings get in her way?
Watch her reaction when you ask for the musket, then tell me I'm wrong.
Innertooth is asking Fox if he's ever watched Cube. He says The Cube. Or do you mean like the movie Cube? Because I've certainly seen that. It's interesting. And I like Nicole DeBauer in it quite a bit. By the way, Czar was very much not a fan of buying that armor. But I want to see what we get out of it. Hey, Kate, you're never gonna guess what your sister told us to ask you for.
Don't you have business elsewhere? Go, save us all from the beast. Go do my sister's char work.
I need a musket. Thickskin said I should have yours.
You'll rot in hell first, and so will she.
This should be good.
So I don't like this because I don't feel like she's in the mood for fake sympathy from a stranger. And I don't, and because the reason I call it fake sympathy is that Red is not the youngest in his family, if I remember correctly. He has like a younger sister. Didn't he say that? And also, this says, why are you being desperate? She doesn't feel desperate, I'm sure, and I don't think she's going to appreciate that word being used. So we're going to go with this.
Killing the beast helps everyone. Your sister only means to protect you.
She traps me. I cannot leave camp unarmed, and she knows it. She wants me to give up my freedom and hand it to you. Not a chance.
There's pain behind the anger. I doubt you'll blunt her temper.
Measure your worth by your own mark. Your sister's estimation shouldn't matter.
It matters. I do great work here, but my bull-headed sister won't see it. Thick skin measures worth by metal. The strong will live and the weak will die. She chose you to hunt the beast with my musket. She doesn't have to say a word about what she thinks of me.
Maybe she values your life more than mine. That's the way that I would take it. The beast has apparently murdered a whole bunch of people.
I'll bring you back your gun. I swear on it.
You won't make it to New Eden Town without a gun, and we both know it.
I'm sorry. I wish there were another way.
As do I, Scotsman. You may have the gun. Now be so kind as to leave me be.
Thickskin's creed is that only the strong survive. Straightforward and brutish, the seasoned hunter and lately New Eden select woman offers little welcome and takes no shite. A woman of few words, she is nevertheless a commanding leader.
The flint's a little tired, but she strikes fine. Unlike some, she won't go off half-cocked.
I'll take good care of her. And she of me, no doubt.
We might see if we have any upgrades for this as well. Yes, we do. Rifle weak spot hits damage is increased by 20%. All right. I don't know if there's going to be anything else to chat about, but...
Have you none of my sister's chores to do? Troop off, Scotchman.
Okay, well, now we're going to go... get changed. Well, I think I can get changed anywhere. I want to go back and do the upgrades for the rifle. But yeah, of the Cube movies that I've seen, I don't believe that we've ever sat down and watched Cube Zero, and it's been too long since we've seen Hypercube. The original Cube, we've probably seen a couple times. It is very impressive how well put together it is for a micro-budget movie. Like, that movie was done, basically, they had two cube sets that were right next to each other and just sort of, like, rotated around the camera angles so that it would look like it was just an infinite maze. It was done very, very inexpensively, and it was all about the interactions between the characters, which are the things that I like about it. Okay, so we don't have and never have had inky black coprin or green hellebore, but there's our upgrade for that. Okay, hunt the beast. I would like to get some sort of a description of this. I mean, the beast is the horrible thing that we've heard a lot about. Thickskin spoke of a mythical beast, believing it to be an unusually fierce wild animal. She thinks it may be responsible for the disappearance of a second group of refugees. To bring her people hope, Thickskin wants Red to track and kill the beast. Now, even if there were a fast travel point to wherever we're going to go, I want to walk it with the benefit of the rifle, because we have seen a great many things that I have wanted to shoot with some sort of a projectile weapon.
The more I know Thickskin, the more I like her.
Is it her kind and friendly nature?
Some would call her ruthless. Is she wrong?
Life can be cruel. Perhaps she's right to embrace the cruelty.
Okay, and also, I feel like we're far enough beyond the eyesight of others. I'm gonna put on our suit of armor. There we go. Crap. Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, he was sitting on something. I honestly thought he was just hovering in the air for a second. Hi. Can we... All right. Sorry about that, everybody. Crashed for a second, but I think we're back now. Let's see if we can have a conversation with this very fancy person.
Climbed down from your tree then, have you?
Aye, with no help from you. What's your name, lad?
Beloved Scudder, if you must know it. I see you found yourself a gun.
Kate gave it to me.
I'll check, you know.
How are things going?
One nosy Scotsman the fewer, and I'd like it a sight better.
How about you lower that bridge for me?
If Kate gave you her gun, I suppose you may pass. But I don't counsel it. Bad things happen in the woods. Only Thickskin walks safely out there.
Thickskin has a lofty reputation. Is it earned?
Earned. Without Thickskin, we'd be starved and dead. Even her sister knows it, and they hate each other.
Do you know Kate well?
Well, no one knows Kate Newsmith well. An old heartache sees to that. If your first love ends bad, they say, your heart never mends.
Thank you for your time, Scudder. Good day to you.
See you again, McCraith. If you're lucky.
Once had her heart broken and has never recovered. I guess we're just accepting whatever that guy says is fact, even though he seems really snarky. So I would like to check...
Behind Kate the Spitfire stands Kate the broken-hearted girl.
Hurt people hurt others. Happens every day.
Perhaps when this is over, she shall make peace with it. A target for your new toy. 10 guineas says you can't shoot as sweetly as you talk.
I shoot just fine, thank you very much.
You were lucky.
I am lucky. I'm also a phenomenal marksman. Both of these things are true.
Let's give it once around up here. But yeah, that's pretty much exactly how I would have expected the rifle to operate. The interesting thing will be, how well does it integrate into combat? Which is mostly going to be, how easy will it be for me to draw a bead on something that I want to shoot? Inner is saying that he has the Cube movies as AVI MPEG ripped from the discs, as he doesn't have a CD or DVD player anymore. Or actually, he says that he doesn't have one at all. I'm inserting the anymore. Because I feel like most people had one at some point, even if it was part of their computer.
So, where do we find this beast?
Not far from the missing settlers, I'll wager.
We will absolutely check our Banisher rings here in a few moments. I figure, why not pick up the stuff that we can see, and then we'll get around to the stuff that we can't. Inner still has a drawer or two of full of DVDs and CDs that he needs to rip. We still have a not an enormous, but a fairly sizable DVD movie collection, and of course old physical media for games. And to this day, we actually were talking about this. I don't remember the last stream that it came up on, but still to this day, all the console games that we buy, unless there's absolutely no other option for it, are still all physical. Okay, so we are headed up towards here, maybe?
Think you could take on a ghost? Watch out. Spectre possession.
Oops.
Away with you.
Well, I'll say this. I definitely don't hate fighting in this new armor. Yeah, I went through a whole phase of my life where I was buying up movies and even the occasional TV show if I really, really liked it. For example, I never saw... No, that's not true. I saw one episode of Firefly when it originally aired on Fox. Fox Television, not Fox McCloud. And then, based entirely on reputation, wound up buying the series on DVD, and that was where, like, actually sat down and watched the whole thing and discovered that I really liked it. Wonder Falls. I think I probably saw, like, one episode of that on Fox, and then bought the series based on good word of mouth, enjoyed that one. Always kind of intended to pick up MASH. Like the full series of MASH, but haven't yet. It's one of those things where it's like, I really like MASH. MASH was a formative television series when I was growing up. I have a lot of very fond memories of watching MASH with my parents and my father specifically. Would I, at this point in my life, sit down with a box of DVDs or Blu-rays of MASH and, like, watch all of those episodes again? Maybe, but similar to playing games, isn't there a lot of stuff in the world that I haven't seen yet? Like, we haven't watched Echo. That just came out on Disney+. I doubt that Echo is going to survive the test of time the way that MASH has, but...
That is quite the landslide.
No way in or out.
I'd like to see it for myself and come to a conclusion. Czar loves MASH. Also interesting, blank DVDs were $10 a piece. Jesus Christ. $10 a piece there? Also, Fox is disappointed that it wasn't a shout out.
An old abandoned mine. How wonderful.
And our only way through.
Yeah, no, we'll go through the mine. I just want to look around up here first. I will say that watching MASH on Fox McCloud would be its own adventure. I have, on occasion, suggested to folks that they consider doing a series of podcasts where they would, like, you know, watch something like MASH or Supernatural or something, and then, like, describe the episode in detail to the other person who hadn't seen it, and then the other person would watch, like, a different episode of Supernatural, like the next episode in series, and the two of them would have the experience of seeing, like, give or take half of the episodes. Oh, that wasn't the way to go. Okay. I was just exploring, but that's fine. I think that would be a lot of fun. If you had a couple people that were, like, trading off watching episodes of something that was heavily serialized, like Supernatural, and sort of relying on the other person to give them a full and complete description of it. This just leads back to town, then. I'm looking to see if we can get down here at all. Oh, hello to Tan Crowd! Tan Crowd, how you doing? We were just having a quick conversation about physical media in this day and age. I had mentioned this in another stream fairly recently, but it was big news over the last couple of weeks that Crunchyroll bought up Funimation, or is now completely integrated Funimation, and digital copies that were redeemed by way of...
Move yourself!
I thought I could parry that.
That one is shielded. Not gonna ask for help?
Your funeral!
So, she said something interesting there. Apparently, the Spectres also have their own block version, which is that they get shielded. I did not know that. So I'm glad to learn that they also have a you're just not doing any damage right now state. Foxcloud could binge MASH and Cheers. Zara's saying MASH is one of them shows that I watch when trying to go to sleep. Jab went through Buffy and Angel a little bit. Yeah. That, by the way, I want to say in every way that counts, all of Buffy and all of Angel was on DVD. All of Alias, except for the last season of Alias. Every other season was, hey, this show is really good. Okay, let's pick it up on DVD and give it a watch, and really enjoyed it. But yeah, Buffy and Angel were the same way. Oh, but yeah, what I was saying is that, like, so I guess there was a whole thing where on... See, I don't feel like we saw everything up there yet. There was a whole thing where, for Funimation, you could buy a physical copy of, like, a show or whatever, and then redeem a digital copy that they promised that you would then have for all time. So I guess it was a thing where people would buy the physical copy, redeem for the digital copy, then say, okay, well, since I have this digital copy, I don't need the disc anymore, so now I'll resell the disc and recoup at least some of the money, even though the digital copy is now redeemed. And that was not only something that was acceptable, that was actively promoted by Funimation as being like a feature of going to their marketplace. And now that Funimation has been bought up and is being completely subsumed into Crunchyroll, all of those digital copies are gone, and I guess people are not going to have access to them. Now, if I have miscounted any part of this story, then I apologize. Like, people should probably look up the details for themselves. But that's another reason why I strongly prefer physical media. Because, as far as I know, there's no digital rights management thing that's going to take my copy of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and that just goes back. Yes? I'm pretty sure. That's just back. Okay, we're going through the mine. Sorry, I don't want to run on that loop forever. I just really wanted to make sure that we got everything. Carolina also loves Buffy and Angel. There is a point, I think I've shared this in the past, where the writing... Okay. Oh, I bet you this is going to have ghost planks. Oh, no, it's not.
That beam is literally hanging by a thread.
See? Easy.
Not so easy when the target fights back.
Wait. Okay, that rifle blast seems pretty good to use.
Reinforcements!
Oh, crap.
Get back up!
Make a run for it!
So I'm getting my buttons confused just because there's a lot happening.
Careful. They mean business now.
Not today.
Well, in we go then.
There's a point that they get to in Angel. I want to say it's around like middle of season 3 or so, maybe 3 into 4. I'm trying to remember exactly where it hits, but like every part of the writing, all of the characters, the overarching storyline, all of it is just, it's so perfect. It's just everything's firing on all cylinders, and it's so good. I also dearly love the period in time when Buffy and Angel were
I love these old underground places.
I don't. Huska Castle nearly cost me an eye.
Investigating the cellar was your idea, remember?
Jab and apparently Fox McCloud were asking why are they racking a muzzle loader. I have no idea. As we look at the weapon here, there appears to be no mechanism at all for them to be like ratcheting back and forth like it's a shotgun. My best guess is that he's pouring the... what's it called? The gunpowder down the barrel, and then, like, giving it a really violent shake to get it all down to the bottom of it. But that's not the way that would work, I don't think. I've not fired that particular style of muzzle loader, but it doesn't seem like a good idea. The actual answer is almost certainly because it's preferable to having the character take a knee and spend 45 seconds reloading. And somebody will doubtlessly know how long a real master, like, not gunsmith, but like, firearms master would take to correctly load such a gun. Really? Nothing up here? At all? That seems unlikely. There's a whole pathway back here that goes nowhere. Okay. About 3 shots a minute, says Jab. Yeah, as Zar says, they would use a ramrod to sort of like... If I remember correctly, and I probably don't, it was gunpowder, then the bullet would get like wrapped up in the projectile would get wrapped up in like
Daylight ahead.
Little cloth.
I'll take it. Let's go.
And then you would push the bullet wrapped in the cloth down to the far end of the... Hold on. Of the barrel, using a ramrod, so that it was all situated like on top of the gunpowder, and then you'd be ready to fire. And if you didn't do this successfully, then the gunpowder and or the bullet might just go off inside the gun. Well, the gunpowder's always going off inside the gun, but it might misfire in a way that would just take out your hand or your face. I'm just double checking here. I'm so sorry. Some of these passageways have somewhat less than I might expect, and I just want to make sure that I'm not neglecting some tool that I should be using. Oh, they also had to charge the pan with powder as well. See, I didn't remember that part. Or possibly ever know it at all. And this just goes back up the way that we came down here. Okay, I'm going to move forward now. Trying to make sure we don't leave stuff unexplored. Let's actually look at our map here. Oh, we are just in the mist. We can't go over here, so I guess we're going to go the other way. What is that glimmer? Inner is also saying you can have a misfire and blow up the barrel. The pan is where your flint strikes. Okay, that's there, and then I want to go this way. Hello to Ronan! Ronan, I hope you had a great weekend and hopefully a very nice entry into the work week here with a Monday. We were just having a quick discussion about Red's firearm, which he does some interesting motions with it. B.
Do you think this place is haunted?
I'd almost welcome the distraction.
I think most places are haunted around here. Well, we're definitely going to pull this back so we can go into that little...
Seems to be stuck.
Okay. Oh, and also, Ronan, we did pick up this new suit of armor for Red. That is too high. Yeah, so I think that one of the things that we want to do is pull that over here, not only to uncork that, but then to be able to climb up there. So the question is, how do we get started? And the answer is over here. I'm just going to see if we have a clearer shot on anything, but I don't see anything to shoot for right now. And going down is not a viable option. It's always one option, but probably not the one that we want to take for right now. Ronan is saying Monday was pretty chill. Chaos starts tomorrow. Ooh. Bite your tongue. Hopefully not here. So this is locked, huh? I could climb on it here, but that doesn't get me anywhere. I am disappointed that he's not taking more detailed mine notes. I'm not sure that I accept that this doesn't give us access to anything climbing up here. It's definitely not on this plane. Our rings are not glimmering. Okay, but we can definitely see a place that we would do a teleport. Rift jump. Infrastructure changes for over 400 people, expecting a little chaos. Is any of that, Ronan, were you the one who was saying the other day that your company was being asked to install this, like, monitoring software on everybody's computer? Whatever I'm supposed to do, I really don't feel like it's in here. I could pull this back. I don't know to what end that I would move that back on its railing. If we push it back in here, then we just still can't get past it again. Alright, and here's the good news. We can't go back. So, assuming that there's no weird progression bug, I'm not yet making contact with the thing that I need to do. We can't move this. He doesn't have anything else to say about it. Surely I don't... Oh, wait. This is tied to something. Hold on. There we go.
Oh, shite! Greg! More fun.
Hold on. Crap.
Watch out!
Back down to hell!
Careful!
Ronan says, I noticed it's normally the smaller companies that ask for the monitoring software, and that he really hates that stuff. Inner was sarcastically saying, I love those changes, especially if nobody knows that it happens. And Ronan says that the chaos for this week is going to be a different company, but yes. That just... I've actually, without mentioning you, your company, or anything like that, most of the details of which I don't actually know anyway, but I've shared that story with others about, like, yeah, there's a whole thing that's happening here. Because that seems so nasty. It seems so inherently awful for the morale of the staff. Well, hold on a second. I was really thinking that up might be the secret way to go, just because this feels so obvious, but I don't know. Maybe some people wouldn't see the bright yellow scratches on the wall. Okay, except that 100% feels like the correct way to go. So I'm gonna go back, because I do want to go up on top of the minecart and see what that area is. I don't think it's where we're meant to be. Which means that there shall only be fun, cool, new stuff. Czar saying you're basically getting told that they don't trust you. Or that they're looking for, you know, trust or not, they're looking for excuses to fire you. They're looking to see how many layoffs they can get away with. Which is just a completely trash way to be treating your workers. Boy, we'd really like to fire a bunch of you, but we're just not sure how many we can get away with, so we're going to install this software to see who's expendable, whose paycheck, whose livelihood should be taken away. Foreman's journal. Men chafe and fume. They plead aches and pains in the day but hours old. The good folk in town call them saturnine, and I do not think it a compliment. I think they fear. Friends fight friends. Men are wounded, sometimes gravely. Mistakes were made. We lose a man each day to accident. If not accident, then I shall inquire no further, and bury him in place. This cannot continue until... Calamity. I write this note by the flickering light of our last lamp. By error of labor, or failure of material, or perhaps both, the mine is sealed and we have no way out. We shall die here, all of us. Okay, I'm a little bit distressed that I do feel like this is now the correct way to go. There's two different paths to explore. I would like to explore both of them. Okay, we're coming up on the teleport point. Really want to hack that guy to pieces before he gets up and tries to do the same to me. Oh, hello to the raid! Wow, there is actually no marker. Oh, yes, there is. Okay. Patikin and everybody raiding over. Hello to Patikin. Hello to Princess Casey. Patikin, how was Skull and Bones today? I know you don't want to see very much about this game, so I know that we probably only have you for a few moments. I hope you had a great time with Skull and Bones, and we were actually talking about a conversation.
Anywhere that could help.
Keep searching here.
We're actually talking about a conversation that was happening in your stream with Princess Casey and the fact that she's going to be setting sail in Skull and Bones very soon, which I think is great news. Okay, if I could climb on this, is there any place that we can get to? It doesn't look that way. Oh, you guys, there's that alternate path. That's gonna keep happening. I don't know why I think up is on the map. Patine was saying that Skull and Bones has been fun as always. Gosh, I want to go back. Found out about a new thing in the game that activates from the main quest. I'm glad that you're continuing to have fun with it. I've seen feedback from others where they didn't yet find the game that they were hoping for. To me, I just think it's remarkable that...
See anywhere that could help?
Keep searching here.
I think it's remarkable that Skull and Bones is coming out at all. Like, that game has been the modern day definition of development hell for a while. I regret not having a map because I know this is where I went up there, we shot the thing, we knocked down the logs, and now I guess we can go over here. Hopefully that's all correct. Stop it. The fuck? Okay, so that was a little annoying. The camera decided to just, like, completely spin around.
Dodge!
Can I? No, I can't.
You're done.
Ronan doesn't even know when it started development. Like, I think it was pointed out in Patikin's stream earlier today, at least somebody said, that it started life, maybe it was Czar, that it started life as an expansion to Black Flag. And like that shared DNA, that is clear as day. Like, I remember when Skull and Bones was first introduced, I was like, oh my god, they turned the sailing combat into an MMO. Or I don't know about an MMO, but like into its own separate game. Okay, that is the way that we came from. And Patikin's saying that it changed a lot during development. I would assume that it would have to. I wonder to what extent they were going along, and then Sea of Thieves came along, and they were like, oh my god, that completely ate our lunch. We have to delay, go back to the drawing board, and come up with something very
Shouldn't we
different.
make for the daylight?
Jab is hearing talking about something that I had also heard, and I don't know for certain that this is correct, but Jab, I'd heard the same thing, that Ubisoft had taken some government grants from Singapore is what I heard, but please treat all of this as things that I heard that I can't currently, like, source. They took a bunch of government grants from Singapore to help finance development of the game, and then found themselves actually on the hook that now they have to ship something. They have to provide a product named Skull and Bones that resembles in some way the product that they said that they were going to make with all of that government money. Now, that might also be... Here's my concern about me repeating something like that. Not having seen a primary source, I'm somewhat concerned that it's a, quote, developers are panicking about Baldur's Gate 3, unquote, completely fake story that was just made up out of whole cloth. But I have heard that same thing, Jab, from a number of different people. At least I've, like, let me put it a different way. I've seen a lot of discussion about that having been the case. Okay. This feels like the way that I originally came in, which is okay. I don't mind having backtracked. Well, something's happening. Now, this absolutely looks like a way that I was already here. Yes, okay. Just double checking. See, at this point, the various, like, routes through this maze, I have lost track of what I have and have not seen. Princess Casey is actually quite shocked and surprised at the fact that a Ubisoft French company would take money from the Singaporean government and is having a hard time believing that. Well, Ubisoft might be headquarters in France, but they have development divisions all over the world. I know, including Canada. I know they do have a Singaporean office, if I'm remembering correctly. Spain, they have Ubisoft Madrid. And here's the thing, some of these studios may have closed in the last year or so, because there's been just a horrible, horrible number of... Where was the other way that I wanted to check out? Layoffs. So that took us around in a big loop, which is fine, because now we're searching a new area. Or we've doubled back and are now in the search of the new area. LA and New York, says Czar. So, yeah, it's not that, like, Ubisoft, the French company, said, oh, let's just, you know, draw a name out of a hat and go to Singapore. It's rather, they have local operations in a number of different countries, and in this specific case, elected to make use of government grants in order to secure development money. Now, whether or not they were trying to weasel out of it or something like that, again, I feel like that assumes facts that I have not seen in evidence. But they were reportedly on the hook to produce something. Now, for folks like Patikin who have been playing it, apparently it's a pretty good game. Not everybody has found the game that they were hoping for, but those who are, like, greeting it on its own terms seem to be having a good time with it. So that seems cool to me. Okay. I apologize that I'm probably rechecking the same areas a couple times, but I'm trying to work out... Okay, so this is a dead end. Okay, so the logs that we duck under, I have searched this area. As far as I know, not sure where to go. All right, let's go search this pathway. Now, that rope leads us back up to a place that we were, and I think I'm trying to get over here. I just don't know how to get there. Maybe it's up the rope. That would be okay. And then going up there just leads us back out. So I'm going to go back up the rope for now, even though that's how we return to this area. Also, Ubisoft is, okay, this seems promising, maybe. Oh, right. Is it just time to teleport, then? Maybe that's it.
I won't let you fall.
I know. Oh, I'm glad it's you throwing me around.
Keep it that way.
Patikin was referencing the Yves Guillemot quote about, like, what is it? The Skull and Bones is a quad A game, and people should be happy it's an MMO, or whatever it was that his comments were. Now, I don't put any stock in that. Like, I don't suddenly think that it's a quad A game or that that's a thing. However, like, to be blunt, I don't think that he thinks that either. I guess I watched the conversation about that, and I'm like, so was somebody thinking that that Eskimo would come out and say, oh yeah, that game's bad and you shouldn't buy it? No. You guys, this is one of the like ghost stores that I was thinking of, and I really thought that the job was going to be to like shoot those braces off with the rifle, but only Antea can see it, and if we do that, nothing happens. Okay, we still don't have this. We need some sort of a ghost magnet then. Princess Casey was sort of aware that Ubisoft had like offices or development studios all over the world, but taking money out of the government, I'm still surprised at that. It's similar to what happened here in the United States when, oh gosh, was it 3-8 Studios? 3-9 Studios? What was Kurt Schilling's company? Took a big government grant from Rhode Island to make, it was that single-player game that was allegedly fairly okay, like reasonably good, and then they were supposed to take that cachet and make an MMO out of it, but didn't, because it wasn't, like, commercially successful. What the hell was the name of that game? It is not called Runeterra, and for some reason that's the name that is in my head, and that's not it. It was like partially written, or like the backstory is filled in by R.A. Salvatore, which I remember people were really excited about. And then I personally read some R.A. Salvatore and found his writing to be rather a good distance away from what I would consider to be something that I wanted to read.
Strange tracks. Something passed this way. Something huge.
Yeah, those are some real big tracks. So we get the footprints. I'm not entirely sure that they match each other.
Hell, this is grim. The hunters became the prey.
The bodies are uneaten.
They weren't killed for their meat.
Spectres did this. Their stains are everywhere.
If this keeps up, there won't be a wolf left in New England.
I am not convinced that I'd searched everywhere that I meant to in the mines, but I'm not going to go back to it for right now. Oh, and this time it did... You don't have the required manifestation to open up that ghost door. Okay. Let's arc around to the north here. Since it looks like this is a dead end and we can check it real quick. Also, Zara's saying it's no Christopher Pike, am I right? Oh, we're talking about Christopher Pike. Oh, wait.
If wisps didn't come back to bite, I'd almost feel sorry for these ones being caged. What are spirit snares doing out here?
I believe we should come to terms with the fact that New Eden brims with demonologist craft.
Okay, those dream catchers are actually soul snares, and they give us soul shards. Let's continue to keep an eye out of it. So Christopher Pike is an author and also a Star Trek character who sits in a wheelchair and beeps, and then also a Star Trek character played by Anson Mount, which I have to say I really like Strange New Worlds. We're not yet done with Season 2, I don't think. Alright, I want to look down here and then check the house. I don't want to go across the way just yet. Also, people are competing to see how many A's their favorite games are going to be. For example, Carolyn is probably up to about 16, 24 A's. Yeah, so I'm just saying that I think that Yves Guillemot, who's this president and CEO of Ubisoft or whatever his exact title is, he's just taking the piss when he's calling it like a quad A game or whatever.
This is locked from the inside.
I think that Skull and Bones has been a very, very expensive project for Ubisoft. Whether or not they finally have something that resembles a finished product in their eyes, or they're being legally required to release something in accordance with some sort of a government grant, that second thing being what at least a lot of people are discussing. Whichever one of those it is, I feel like this is ultimately a relatively minor release for Ubisoft, and that when asked about this, like, quote-unquote open beta thing and everything else, he's almost like, yeah, it's a quad A game. It's the first quad A game. It's better than AAA. It's the best game of all time. People are going to be playing it 15 years from now. I think he's just, like, talking smack. And is that professional? I don't know. It's less unprofessional than saying, yeah, this game is trash. We're technically required to put it out. Don't buy it so that we don't have to support it. Like, that second thing would be way uglier, I think. So this door is locked, but I am noticing some gaps in the walls, so let's consider the possibility that I need to aim the rifle through it and shoot something. I don't know what I would be shooting at this phase. And also, I think that there's like a ghost light in here. You can see some like blue shine coming out of it. And there's some sort of like a demon circle or something. No, and we can't go there. So this might be we have to work our way around from like a different angle. Zara is saying that he was being facetious. Oh, and that's so somebody mentioned like the amount that it cost as well. I have seen, so here's what no, that doesn't make any sense. I was about to say, here's what I'm thinking. Maybe we have to cross there and then like loop around. But if we take a look here, like what would that even mean? Maybe we loop all the way around or something. Because otherwise I don't know how I'm supposed to get to where it's saying is my target.
Red, come see this.
I'm looking. Okay, so we've examined all of these, and the trail continues to go this way. Okay.
It forced its way through here, dug up all the wolves.
And plucked them out.
I had been wondering a little bit why there were so many wolf corpses around to be possessed, and ultimately it was just like, well, it's just a thing to give you like a different selection of enemies to fight. But I am glad that it's actually part of the story.
Not even the youngling survived.
What could have done this?
Vengeance. Vengeance incarnate. Whatever butchered the wolves spoke as one, with many voices.
Any spirits in borrowed flesh? Could it be a scourge?
Yes, a scourge. Powerful and very angry.
This is the first that I've heard of a scourge. The beast is a vengeful scourge. That is less illuminating than you might think. Fox is saying that you're just Cal Kestis using force powers. There are certainly some crossovers.
What the bloody hell?
Nope.
One less to worry about. Try this on. That was a little closer than I would have liked.
That howl, like many souls screaming as one.
Princess Casey's asking, what exactly did you do with the dog corpse? Mostly drove the malevolent spirit out of it and then killed the spirit. So basically, we are helping the dogs be asleep permanently, rather than being reanimated corpses used to attack the living. It's a great kindness when you think about it in that extremely specific way and not hurting a dog.
Rare. Have you ever faced one?
Once, a trade ship into Bordeaux sank in a storm. The slaves came back as a scourge. To banish it, I made 50 pounds of bane powder and shot it with a cannon. By then, it had killed the captain and half the crew and the ship's owner. Tragic, really.
Hold on. Okay, this is the house. No, don't go down there. Or maybe just tie the rope. Don't. Okay. And now we can shoot off the door. Princess Casey's saying, oh, Inner's got to go to bed. Inner, thank you again very much for the... Hold on.
I have another in sight. That specter's seen a corpse and it wants it for its own.
Okay. What do you mean? Oh, he already did it.
Look to me.
Okay, not a fan of this location.
I'm right here, you know.
Take that to your face.
Okay. Princess Casey was asking about, like, I think the sound of the Force Echo that Cal Kestis here was listening to. And, yeah, apparently the Scourge... From what I'm picking up through contextual clues, it seems like a Scourge is a large pile of bodies that have been reanimated by multiple spirits, or, you know, equipped with a singular purpose, united in a singular purpose. Way tickets for 1 week ending October 15th, 1688, which is not quite 10 years ago. Was it 8 years ago? Rich Galena ore, high zinc, yep, 145 pounds. Okay, so on October 13th, with apologies to the smelter for the poor return and kicks in the arses to the hammermen for their sloth, I guess the take was much lower on October 13th, which was better. And then October 15th, worse as the men are sickened. So starting on or about October 13th, things started to get bad. But yeah, I think that we did, like, listen to a dog corpse and get the backstory on how the dogs had been... The wolves had been killed. Boy, this witchstone is going to be so great. If I was to guess, by the way, I bet witchstone is a currency to do commerce with witches. Because we have not... Maybe I'm wrong, but we get it in such quantities that it feels more like a currency than a crafting material. Either that or the very first thing that we upgrade using witchstone is going to be like 1800 witchstone. Zara is saying that I might know them better by their Christian name, Legions. No, not offhand. I feel like it's probably the same concept, though, based on the name. Also, Zara is saying that scourges are very nasty beings in demonology. Okay, so we've done that little return. Yes, and this is where we were having the conversation about her mixing up 50 pounds of Demon's Bane and then setting it off with a cannon. The longer that we spend with these two, the more clear it is to me that although Red and Antea were very passionate about one another, they haven't actually spent all that much time. This is not a couple that knows everything that the other person's been through and, like, knows all their stories. Not hardly.
Fancy that. A body. And there are teeth marks.
Is it just me, or? He's not letting being dead get in his way, is he?
Spectre's types. You can identify which type of spectre possesses a corpse through the icon displayed above them. The possessed corpse inherits some from spectre abilities. The possessed corpse inherits from spectre abilities besides their own competences. That seems like a curiously constructed sentence. Zara will be right back. Understood.
Great.
Hopefully we'll see you again. Oops.
Why do I get the feeling that we've stuck the Let's get back up.
Oh, this guy has a name. It's Nicholas.
I'm under threat. Is that the sound of a corpse cocking its gun?
He asks, is that the sound of a corpse cocking his gun exactly while getting shot?
Leave it to me.
Okay.
Oh, they do look annoyed. You're in its sight spread.
Stop.
My help.
I do need your help.
Away with you. Did you feel that?
It's close. Over here. Look.
Okay.
The longer path is safer. You must take it.
Why won't you come with us then?
The quickest she'll go ahead. We'll wait with food and shelter ready, then we'll all travel on together. Nicholas here shall walk with you. There be no better shot among us.
Do you agree, Doolin?
I'll do my best for you, Samuel. Of course I will. But if Thickskin says we'll be safe, I believe it.
In the wild we carry these. Whistle for help if the need be great.
Someone is generous with her whistles.
Much use they were to this poor bugger.
If this Doolin fellow was meant to protect the missing group, I dread to think what became of them.
So the fact that she passed a whistle to Nicholas Doolin there, that's not necessarily sinister. If she's sending people out into the woods, then she gives them the whistles and says, whistle if you need help. The question is, what exactly happens when you blow the whistle? A, nothing. B, help does not arrive in time. C, all of the nearby spirits reanimate in the form of a scourge and beat the hell out of everybody. Princess Casey saying, ghosts and spirits and things play a huge role in my culture and folklore in my country. And in real life, this ghost game is like the weirdest madness I've ever seen.
It was wise to split the group. The larger the band, the slower it moves.
Roaming the Highlands, we'd never let the English divide us.
These are civilians. They cannot always carry their own weight.
Aye, that much is clear.
Speaking of French companies, I'm pretty sure that Don't Nod is a French company. We were talking about Ubisoft earlier. What are the odds that I found everything that I was meant to? Not bad. We've sort of been on a straight and narrow until we got here. So that's a climb upper. Oh, hold on. Is that a shootable? I think it is. I gotta listen for that sound, that whispery, hissy sound. So I was not gonna see that if I didn't turn around and start looking for the source of that volume.
Someone was here. Some time ago. Take heart indeed.
Maybe they're still out there somewhere.
Maybe.
Papers. Half bond.
Property of C. Newsmith. Now, Kate is spelled with a K, so I have questions about C. Newsmith, because we do not know Thickskin's first name. Burn pages. You primed me. Right, you said. Right, Catherine. Okay, we've got a Catherine. That what vexes you be removed, but the hand that pushed the thorn into my heart cannot be the hand that plucks it. You are 7 years dead, and the thorn still pricks my heart. A thorn put there by my own hand when I let you die. And there's more burn pages. You loved me, I know it, sure and good. I thought I loved you too, but I were wrong. For love is grace and bravery, and I had neither. It was wrong of you to love me, when I merit only scorn. I'm a coward, I'm a weakling, I'm a fool. I'm a woman of no mettle. You, Deborah, were a woman of the highest courage. Burn pages. The second group won't come, and this diary is a hollow song to the hopes of a fool. I can dally no longer. I'll write no more, and the thorn is not removed. This cave was my shelter for a time. Now let it be the graveyard of my feelings. To the fire with it all. So, this is Kate's journal. It's odd that there could be a Catherine with a K and a Catherine with a C. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen a Catherine with a starting with a C. Sorry, not a Catherine, a Kate. But that could be like a European thing that I just don't know about. I'm trying to work out which of the newsmiths wrote this. Because she didn't write Kate with what vexes you removed. I'm wondering if Thickskin's first name is Catherine with a C.
It says here that Kate loved a woman named Deborah, but let her die. The younger newsmith has a low opinion of herself.
Okay, well that answers that, I guess.
Hence the wish to be tough, like her sister.
Also, Dougler's saying that he got the 5-day survivor achievement, I assume in Dead Rising. Unless it's Dead Rising 2, should I go for the 7? 100%! You're almost there! Okay. So I'm overthinking the Kate and Catherine thing. Wishes to prove herself. Once had her heart broken. Wishes she'd had the courage to protect the woman that she loved. Long ago, Kate betrayed the woman that she loved. I don't know about that. Her guilt-ridden heart remains broken. Can I look at this again? She feels like she failed her. I didn't read betrayal into this. I'm not sure that I read betrayal into this. It says that she let Deborah die, but maybe there's something that I just haven't picked up on. Either that or betrayal has a different usage in this context. Hello to Crow! Crow just made hamburger soup, which sounds delicious, ground beef and potatoes, and freshly baked bread, fresh out of the oven, and they both came out so deliciously. The bread is crispy on the outside and soft and airy on the inside. You are making me extremely hungry, Crow. That sounds delicious. Okay, so I don't know if I want to rest. I do feel like we could push on. Let's evolve. Yeah. My, unveil ability is full. So now we've got, here's our choices. Wait, did I already do that one? Oh, we could refund it? I don't want to do that, but we could. Switch to Antea right after the third light attack to trigger a punch attack that ignores resistance and knocks down the targeted enemy. I would like to do that. Banish points gained are increased by 15, but maximum decoction charges are reduced by 1. Are you high? I'm not going to do that one. I like this one a lot better. Devastating switch. Now, right after you block, yes. Then we've got after the third attack. And I think that there was one more, wasn't there? No. Charged heavy. No. Perfect switch. Right after a front dodge. I have not done this one. So you dodge and then switch. I haven't done that even once, so I need to try to do it. And it is Dead Rising 1. Yeah, no, because if you can get 5, you can get 7. Especially if, like, it's still part of the same run, like you haven't died yet. I'm so sorry, I don't think that I read this yet. Take heart, the camp lies close. Northwest, we await you there. Kate Newsmith, I assume. I guess I'm just more accustomed to, like, Catherine with a C.
Do you wish to go back? Home?
We go where our work takes us. That's our home now.
Being shortened to Kathy instead of, like, Kate. Okay. King James Bible. That said, she can call herself whatever she wants. Like, you know, Roberts go down to Bob's. And Bobby's. It's not necessarily the first nickname you think of from Robert, but we accept that. So why not?
This almost looks like home.
How so?
My parents' house stood near the sugar mills. before the fire took it. Would they even know me? Would I know them?
We could go back, you know. After this, we could go to Cuba together.
First, let's face what lurks in the forest.
I was wondering where she was from, because I'm like not well traveled, so I guess she is from Cuba. And hello to Ginger Beef. Ginger Beef, I hope your Monday has gone well. A nice or at least easy start to the work week. It looks like both ways go down. I'm gonna go to the side that has a torch. For anybody that might be joining, we are currently on the hunt for a very large beast that we're given to believe is something called a scourge, which sounds a lot like a big pile of corpses that have been fused together and is now sort of like thundering around, slaughtering wolves and reanimating them. Really taking an offshoot here. But I would like that point of interest as long as we're here. So far, the points of interest have been well worth it. Permanent stat upgrades. New attack damage boosts. You know, buffs that will serve us well for the entire game. Crow is very anti-slaughtering wolf. Oh, Crow, so we were talking the other day about, like, I think just yesterday maybe, about just like where everybody's usernames came from.
In here?
Time to work, Banisher.
And I was curious where Harmonious Crow came from. Same question for Ginger Beef Jr., but like Jab had shared that Jab is just his initials. I don't think that we asked Patikin where Patikin comes from. Slaughtering and reanimating. Yes, both. And then we have to stop the reanimation part of it by punching the spirits out of the wolves and then slashing them apart with a sword. I don't see anything over there. Hold on. There we go. That's a reanimated wolf, by the way.
Not today.
And you can see that it's not a wolf spirit that comes out of it. It's a man spirit. Okay, I would like to hit you in return, though. Boy, maybe I will go back and rest, because I'm about to have to use another decoction. I would not want to get into a big brawl with things the way that they are right now. Oh, but Dean's saying that it's based on his last name, a nickname that he got from school, and it just stuck. Also, Ginger Beef Jr. I like names that are extremely memorable and, like, easy to enter. Like, if you just told somebody, oh, I'm Ginger Beef Jr., the only question they might have is whether or not it's Junior or just JR. But aside from that, oh yeah, Ginger Beef. And you're going to remember that really easily. Same with Harmonious Crow. It's just like crows in the real world sort of go like caw, caw. And they have like a very amelodic croak. But a Harmonious Crow is very memorable. Sorry, I'm not trying to spin the camera around. I really am just looking to make sure what I have and haven't picked up yet. Crow says she has 3 usernames. The first... Hold on, let me get around here. The first is the oldest, had it since before the internet, as it was used for a server logins back where she worked in 1995, and that's Gene Wolf. I was given 30 seconds to make a username by the admin. I didn't know what, so I said, what do you like? What interests you? And he was studying genetics, molecular biology, and Crow loves wolves. So they went with Gene Wolf, and that was it. Yeah, like, people have asked here, like, Auspicious Angel, it's, like I shared the other day, it's literally just 2 words. It was just 2 words that came to mind, and that's how it's been ever since. Okay, we've got some sort of sprites over there as well. Let me get reoriented again. Yeah, so we want to head the exact opposite of where I'm looking. I've never asked Salamander the origin of his name either. Like, you sort of assume it's just Salamander, but maybe his first name is Samuel or something?
Get rid of the other spectre first.
Okay. Not that guy! Ugh. Ow! That's my last decoction.
Die, you bastard!
I do conceptually. Oh my! Whoa! Hold on. Something big just happened. Hello to Dora Willis. So let's scroll back. I just want to make sure. Every once in a while, I'll get into the middle of a fight like that. Dora Willis appears to be looking for a Discord. No Discord here. There's a few different Discord channels that I look in on from time to time, but there's no dedicated Discord for the channel here. But Dora, I hope that you're having a great Monday so far. Oh boy. So we're going to try this just because we are going to get our decoctions back, but I am feeling like we need to go back to that camp pretty soon. But let's see if we can get a cool upgrade.
These remains call for a ritual and a lot of caution.
Okay. It was previously explained that all of our lives and everything comes back. Let's hit it. Crow is also saying, Harmonious Crow, because she loves crows as well, has many wild pets as a child, and then incredible interaction with an elderly male crow and his family in Germany, who kept coming back and bringing her gifts for feeding them. That's so cool. I thought it was almost an ironic thing to add Harmonious onto the end, and then onto the front rather, and thus Harmonious Crow. Oh, and I missed the middle one. So the second username was Whiskey Kitten, and I have seen that one in use. That came about when they started playing LAN games like Counter-Strike, Quake, and Doom, and then on the internet. And it changed from Gene Wolf to Whiskey Kitten because she was kicking everyone's butt, and they wanted them to know that they were getting their butt kicked by a girl. We were rare online in those days, and they thought Gene Wolf was a guy. I can see that. They probably thought that the first name was Gene.
I summon you now!
Oh, and no worries about the walls of text. I like the stories. Okay, wait, I don't know where Tenacious Huntsman is. I feel like I'm not doing a very good job of...
They do look annoyed. Think you could take on a ghost?
Shoot. I did that exactly backwards. Okay.
Divert your focus. The veil shields this one.
Okay. Where's the other then?
To me.
Never mind. Do this myself. Help. God,
Okay,
you're
I
tougher than
would
a
prefer not to
gadfly.
die, please. Okay, I don't have a lot of spirit points, so I do want to try to save them up.
Quicken yourself.
There's more of. This is good. Have some of this.
Man, even the Banish doesn't do very much
me.
damage to Tenacious Huntsman. Oh, too far away.
Time for my solo. Reinforcements. You got this, pal.
Oh, right. There's supposed to be like an after the third light attack you switch.
Follow my voice.
Roll again, huh? No, boy.
You need my help.
Can I join in too?
Okay. We've done harder, but that one was still pretty challenging. +1 to all attributes. Always glad for it. So when it says, like, I think it was like it top left, top right, extra damage to charged heavy attacks, is that just a bonus for the fight? Or I always thought that that was the actual reward that you get at the end. But then at the end, it's like, oh, +1 to all attributes. I mean, that's cool, the second thing. I'm glad to have either one. In fact, I'd probably rather have the +1 to all attributes, because then you're just, like, generally better. But I'm not necessarily... Maybe it says in the map. Hold on. Just ritual site completed. Also, there's an entrance, but I'm not convinced that I can actually get to it from here. Yeah, because it's up. It says entrance, but I think it's probably actually an exit, because he's going to tie the rope and then come down. So that will someday be a two-way way to go. Thank you for the GG. I'm still trying to, like, get more comfortable with the combat, only because, like, left bumper and right trigger, sorry, right bumper and right trigger for the attacks, it makes perfect sense right up until my brain resets, and then I go back to Ninja Gaiden, lightsaber, like Aloy controls, where I'm pressing the face buttons to do attacks, and that's not the way that this game works. So sometimes I get turned around. And then the Y to switch, like, it again, it's not hard to remember, it's just easy to forget. Hopefully I will get more comfortable with it as we go. Really bothers me that I can't pick any of the mushrooms. We need to pick up some sort of, like, a fungologist book so that we know how to pick the mushrooms that we need for our witchering, or whatever it is, banishing. Banishering. Can't do it. I will again say, apropos of nothing, it would be super fun to see... Because here's the thing. App likes stories. App likes RPGs. App likes MMOs. He likes multiplayer events. It just really feels like a D&D adventure with, like, folks, you know, good, well-meaning folks in the community would be a lot of fun to watch. Because I feel like it's not really his thing, but if, like a one-shot was set up, like a fairly short adventure that would play out over, like, 2 or 3 episodes, and everybody could get together and see what was going on. It could be put together in, like, Tailspire or something like that. Hello to, Jägermeister! I feel like that would be super fun as a viewer. Jägermeister, I hope that your weekend, the rest of your weekend went well, and you are... Oh, we already did this. Okay, so we're going to leave this area. We're going to go back to hunting the beast. I apologize for nothing with our +1 to all of our attributes. Cumulatively, we're probably up like +3, +4 with all the ones that we've done. Yeah, Jägermeister, I saw your report yesterday that you were feeling a little bit under-challenged at recent pickleball events because you're looking to, like, test your skills and practice against better folks. You know, folks that are a little bit more experienced. And yeah, I can certainly understand that. Hopefully you do find that challenge coming up so that you can, like, hone your skills going into your next tournament, which I think you said is in... Is it in April or May? When you answered the question earlier, I was like, man, that feels like a really long time away. But you know what? He'll probably value the time to get not reacclimated, to continue to practice what you want to do. Easter weekend is the next one, so that's... I'm so bad at, like, even holidays. That's April, isn't it? Easter? I feel like it is.
They brought more friends.
Don't just stand there. Move!
Die, you bastard!
Okay, I really need to get more in the habit of reloading that gun before the combat happens.
I feel swelled with life.
Amazing, isn't it?
Patikan is taking off. Patikan, have a great evening. Also, apparently Easter is at the end of March this year, or maybe every year. In my head, it's always April, but apparently that is not correct. Hello to Azaric! Azaric, I have had a wonderful Monday having it off from work. I think that you did as well, if I remember correctly. And I hope that you had a wonderful, wonderful birthday weekend and that you are set up to have a very nice week. I don't... Hold
More
on.
tracks. Our quarry came this way.
Oh, and I misread what Jägermeister said. Jägermeister was saying... I misread it first as that he's, like, submitting for a league tomorrow. But no, he's subbing in a league for tomorrow. So, like, filling in, I think. All right. I just want to walk this path. I just want to make sure that we got everything up here. I'm pretty sure that we did. That's right, because, yeah, that was the other path. Remember I said we're going to go in the direction of the torch? This was the B path. Azric says, going back to normal tomorrow. Fully enjoyed the weekend. Yeah, Azric, we're, I'd say, on to, like, the second or arguably third, like, main quest in the game. so I wouldn't want to spoil anything because I know that you're planning to jump into this yourself, but it's awesome to have you here. Now hold on. We heard that whispery sound. Yeah! Okay, I'm starting to tune my ears for that sound. I love games where the power-ups or collectibles make some sort of like a sound, because sometimes it takes me a bit to like figure that out, but then it's just like, you'll just be going along, talking about like whatever bullshit is in my head, and wait, whoa, what was that? And then you can go back and find it. Jägermeister is writing. There's a rating skill levels in pickleball similar to tennis. His two partners and he are moving into the 4.0 division instead of 3.5. Non-pro rating only goes to 5. So you are up there. And I assume that's some sort of like win-loss ratio or like where you've placed at various pickleball events.
Not gonna ask for help?
There's more of them.
Hold on. No, don't go in there, damn it.
You're within gun range, Red.
Keep swinging.
Of course the bridge is out. Couldn't have a working bridge now, could we?
Working bridges is not in the budget for New Eden. Oh, there's absolutely a thing to check out here. So that'll be a way up and down once we tie it off. Right, not yet. When he picked up the rope, I really wasn't thinking like, oh, that's a brand new traversal mechanic that we're going to see a bunch of. I thought it was like a one-time thing. Because it's not like he's got replenishing ropes. Well, see, the thing is, I'm definitely not up there, nor can I get up there from here. But that does appear to be where I'm meant to be. So let's take a look around. Jägermeister's saying it's not really a win-loss ratio. Beginners frequently start at 2.5. Know the basic rules and can intermittently get a serve to land in, and intermittently return a serve. So it is based then on, like, just general performance as opposed to, like, stats and records. Hold on. Boy, the symbol's gonna make it a bit hard to know where I have and haven't been, but we came here on the upper path, so I just want to search the lower path here. There is some sort of a question mark nearby.
This could be a good spot to cross.
It could be. I'll be right with you, Antea. Let me just pick these water hyacinths. Lilac hyacinth. So, Crow, is it me or is it a little bit difficult to... Well, actually, let me ask, because I have seen an extremely specific part at the beginning of Baldur's Gate 3. Hold on.
Get out of there!
stop doing that. So I want to do the dodge and then switch. Yeah, that button combination, B then Y, is like currently short-circuiting my brain. And it's a good move because it does a lot of damage. It's one of the perfect switches. How good you are with a forehand versus backhand, spinning the ball, recognizing that a ball was hit with spin, seeing openings and weaknesses in your opponents. How do they quantify it? Is there like each pickleball location has like a judge who is sitting there and like assessing the users, or like do they like submit for a test? Like, I'm going to take my pickleball final to see if I move up a rank. Because if it was like raw stats, win-loss ratios, I feel like that would make a lot of sense to me in terms of like, well, you have to achieve this certain like level of success within your last 20 or 25 matches, and that but this sounds much more, it's like, well, in watching you play, we broadly feel like this is representative of your skill level. Okay, before we do this, I'm pretty sure, wasn't there a tie-off that we could do?
The spot has to be close.
Yeah, no, it does. I thought there was a space to, like, tie off the rope that we were excited about making use of. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just making up. What was I going to ask? About the, like, the hair and the eye color, just basically the color schemes in Baldur's Gate 3. What I was starting to say is that I've seen an extremely specific part of that game, like the very beginning of that game, like I've seen the first 15 minutes of Baldur's Gate 3 probably 9, 10, 11 times.
Try to find a way across.
I'm on it.
And one thing that I feel like I've observed is that it feels like there's a real difference between how...
Look, we're getting closer.
The characters look in character creation, and then when you get them into the actual world. And I'm just wondering if it's the sort of thing where you'd like the character creation screen, because I've actually seen some games do this, where you can actually like select in that menu, like, oh, this is what it would look like in a dark room. This is in open sunlight. This is in the, I don't know, the bridge of the Starship Enterprise, or like the different sort of lighting conditions that you might reasonably expect to find in the game. I feel like this is a tie-off. I really hope it is. Oh, okay. Jägermeister's saying nobody cares if you enter into pickleball beyond your skill level, as you're just wasting money for getting a lesson or schooling by your betters. Okay. I don't think there's any reason to go down. I think that we've just unlocked a shortcut. Yeah, I remember coming into this area, so we've already searched that. But I'm glad we took the time to tie it off, because now this will be much easier to return to in the future. Oh, I heard the sound. Those soul shards are valuable upgrades. Crow says, to a point, but they still look like how they look when you create them, but perhaps not as crisp. It's less about the crisp, more just like the how red, how blue, how green something is. Like if anything, it feels like the colors in game tend to feel a lot more vibrant as soon as you're like, sorry, the colors in character creation go on to seem much more vibrant in the actual game. Hold on. I don't know if I can shoot that from here, but I'll give it a shot.
Reinforcements!
Try this on for size.
It's pressing so much A. Yeah, the combat in this is very flashy when you do it correctly, and that's why I'd like
Yes. Something's here.
to be better at doing it correctly. Crow is saying the first part is very pink and very pink and purple and red. So you're saying it's more vibrant as you get out into the game than it is when you create the end. That's what it feels like to me. And maybe it's just because that very first section is so red and pink and purple that then... So just for exact clarity and no spoilers here, I have seen the part...
It's close.
Right, it's in there. Like, that's what I want to get to, and I'm not sure how to do it yet. The part of Baldur's Gate 3 from, like, where it starts until, like, the second, shall we say, environment. And right when you arrive in that second sort of, like, environment, I have literally not seen beyond, like, that, like, landing point. So I don't know how it might adjust from there. Oh. There we go. I was looking for something that I could shoot through the window with the rifle.
It's locked. There must be a key.
On the nature of specters, you, young witch, call them ghosts, the spirits of the dead, bound to our world by business unfinished, conflicts unresolved, or wrongs unrighted. Spirits unable or unwilling to ascend to whatever lies beyond. But there are other spirits. Aye. A ghost may forget its reason to be. A ghost may lose its bond but yet linger. This we call a specter. A weave of memory and emotion. A ghost is the sum of a life now ended. They know who they are because they know who they were. A specter has no such consciousness, no perception of itself beyond feeling. Shorn of memory, its emotions have been torn away to reveal the single feeling at its core, a feeling often ugly and always raw. A specter is rarely content. Anger spurs it. Vengeance, jealousy, hatred, retribution. It no longer knows who wronged it, and nor does it care. Craving the warmth of the living, its hunger cannot be sated and its thirst cannot be quenched. Complex and contradictory, always hungry but yet still capable of love and fear, of shame and anger, joy and pain, ghosts linger. A specter, its personality lost, has forgotten why. I do not tell you to love them. I do not ask you to forgive them. They pose a danger to the living, a danger against which only we witches can protect. But where the specter has forgotten that it was once alive, we should not. A specter is not inhuman. It is a human tragedy. It has suffered a fate worse than death. From such a fate, a witch must protect the living. From such a fate, a witch must also protect the dead. Well, unfortunately, that was not a key. Do we get a marker here that there's a chest? Okay, good. So one day, we may find a key, and then I'll remember to come back here. Jägermeister's also saying usually basic errors are simply not keeping the ball low enough over the net. So, like, lobbing it too high so it's easier to return. Because I know nothing of pickleball strategy, and I'm always interested in learning. And Crow is confirming that, like, the color scheme's changing. Color scheme in Baldur's Gate. It's just a matter of, like, finding colors that are, like, I'm gonna be content with this as it goes on, as opposed to, like, oh boy, this is, like, really garish.
Red. The lost settlers. Or what the beast has left of them.
God. They didn't stand a chance.
There is no god here.
One of the things that really, I didn't mention it earlier, but those scenes, as rare as they've been, where Red goes to sleep, drifts away, goes into dream world, and has a break from all of this, and Antea's just there, like, again, lingering. She lies with him for a while, then gets up, walks around, visits the fire, can't feel its warmth, and then is just sitting there. She's just waiting, and she's fresh enough dead that she understands that sleep is sleep, but still, she's just being left there to wait and wait and wait until his needs have been satisfied, because he needs to sleep and she doesn't. That just seems like it must be wearing. Like, at what point, how long does it take for the memory of being alive to feel so far removed from your current state that you don't remember what it was like? Like, yeah, you know that you had to sleep, you know that you got weary and would close your eyes, and that there was a sensation of restfulness. Sorry. Sorry about that. But how long until that's like... Okay, but that was a long time ago now. Like, just gotta sit here and watch you breathe in and out. Jägermeister's saying, a ball that you can play above your waist can be attacked and smashed at your opponent. You can try to lob above your opponent's head, but it's not. If it's not done well, then they're taking a huge smashing downward shot at you. That makes a lot of sense. Like, I've never been any good at tennis. Like, not any good at all. But, yeah, making sure that they don't get, like a spike in volleyball down on you. Okay. I know the wreckage is off to our left, but we're gonna get all this stuff. Scribbled note. We left New Eden yesterday. Apparently we're going to set up a new camp in the woods or something like that. I was fine in New Eden town. I hate walking in these woods. I'm cold, hungry, and tired. My bag is heavy and Mother doesn't want to carry it for me, even just for a little while. She thinks that this camp is a chance for us and that I should stop complaining. She thinks I could become a trapper or hunter, bring some meat over for dinner. Actually, bring some meat over for diner, but it sounds like a younger person, so we'll give that a pass. I never asked to leave. Nobody asked me. Nobody ever asked me anything anyways.
Those poor people. They'd done nothing wrong.
Even with a sharpshooter, their expedition was a gamble. Voices straining for release. The sound comes from those spectral webs.
We will check the spectral webs in a second. My dear brother, I hope this letter finds you. We, too, had to finally leave New Eden Town. We split into two groups, the first being led by the Newsmith sisters, the second by Nicholas Doolin, the heroes who saved our children from the curse. May God bless them both. We followed Doolin and our expedition started well enough until the rain befell us. We've been walking for 2 days under light rain, and it feels like the air is getting heavier. Especially with my weak heart. The doctor would scold me if he could see me now. I fear thunderstorms. The wind has picked up and the sky, already darkened by the trees, has become indiscernible. And as if that wasn't enough, one of our comrades got hurt. She slipped on a root and twisted her ankle. As a result, I carry her bag while another carries her. I hope we get to where we are going soon. God, I would be really worried about getting injured on something like this and being a burden to others. Because again, at what point are they like...
What is lurking here?
Time to work, Banisher.
Sorry, we just can't spare the dead weight.
Ugh. I could eat an ox.
We just broke bread, Emily.
A crust of bread and rancid cheese makes not a meal, dear sister. Ho! Samuel! When's our next stop?
Quit griping and push your cart along. We'll get there when we get there.
A ripple from the second group.
Let's hear what they have to say.
And here I thought our love would always be. My dearest dear, how much you've wounded me.
I hate you.
Oh no! Ah! Ah!
Michael!
Ah!
Everything was against them.
Even without the heavy weather, the wolves would have got them.
Also, Crow is saying that, like, the vibrancy, question that I asked is something that...
I'll find a way around.
Sorry, that's just a lot of blood. Is something that is taken care of because not every place is as vibrant as where Baldur's Gate 3 starts. A list of personal belongings. Silver mother's mirror, comb, family portrait, Bible, jacket, blankets, shoes, socks, and clothing.
Who's that?
Yes. Something's here.
Oh. Okay.
I sense the fragment of a ghost's voice.
I'm sorry.
Aye. Me too.
So Casey was asking, like, what is the what is he doing here? He's at the point where there are either extremely, like, at the location where there are either extremely strong emotions or some like the moment of death that was very violent or traumatic. He can sort of like contact that spectral energy.
Something pulses.
And get a read of it. Hold on. Antea is someplace, but I don't actually know where. She said something pulses, but then I'm not sure what she's referencing. Also, Jägermeister's saying, Jägermeister, I think this would be a really cool idea to take like some pickleball footage and do some commentary over it. Like, basically, he's doing what real-world psychics, or at least, like...
I found something.
Psychics on the History Channel pretend to do, which is actually hear the voices of the departed and to, like, get a sense of their last moments.
Look to me.
Incoming.
Something's nearby.
Where is it?
Picking up something spectral nearby.
Oh, I really thought that was going to be a breakable wall. Oh.
Dead wolves. Crushed bones and torn flesh.
So Casey's saying, what I've described in Scotland, they actually have a word for it. It's called a medium haunting, and you're listening to that. It's like the final moments of life as someone dies, and you're listening and contacting that remaining spiritual energy. It's definitely something that Red can do, and he's from Scotland. I don't remember if we've seen any evidence of Antea doing that. But that might be... I'm not sure if that's down to culture, if that's down to training.
At some point. It would be all right.
Natural aptitude. Okay, more King James Bible. Oops. Mother's Journal. New Eden, the 6th day of December, 1694. So I think this is last year. The children sleep. We fear the silence of the house when the children will be gone. Governor Haskell, in his wisdom, will send the young away to safety with friends and family in Boston, Concord, Charleston, and elsewhere, while we chase the devil back to the wilderness. Thickskin and the Huntress shall take them, with Nicholas Doolin, who assures us that they will all be well. We grant them our confidence, but we also weep. Oh, no, you guys, I didn't necessarily put together. It sounds like these... When they say the young, they don't mean the kids. Like, the kids had already been evacuated before we arrived. So these are hopefully, like, the younger townsfolk, like young adults. New Eden, 7th day of December. The house is silent. My husband has taken to the king's arms again. The little beds are empty. The children sleep outdoors tonight on their way to salvation. Thickskin, Newsmith, and Nicholas Doolin watching over them. New Eden, the 9th day of December, 1694. The first night I slept and dreamed of wolves and bears worse, and the children screaming, and I woke in terror and could not sleep again. The second night I did not sleep at all. Tonight I must sleep. God guard my dreams. The 10th day of December. I dreamed of hell, of Peter and Mary dead in the mud, tortured and torn, of ghosts and devils. When I woke, I heard my husband weeping. But then came the shouts. Thickskin has returned. We ran and joined the congregation and heard Thickskin and Doolin. He, smiling, bringing the gladdest of news. The children are safe. God bless them, for though our house is quiet, our children are safe. That seems... Are we to pull from this that they went off into the woods, everybody died? Well, then again, we fought the ghost of Doolin. We fought him earlier today. I'm not sure what to make of this yet. I am somewhat concerned that the caravan with all of the children didn't make it, and then Thickskin and Peter Doolin came back and said, oh, good news, everyone. Everything's fine. All right, let's take a look here. As we do, Casey is saying that she's also from Scotland, currently living in Scotland, grew up in Scotland, and the idea of capturing the last moments of a loved one, their last breath as they die, can be a very painful experience. But it's a real-world thing, and for people to see out the words of a loved one that was said before they died but missed, it's a very common thing. Did I rest at some point? I haven't yet worked out what sometimes regenerates the decoction charges, it feels like. I want to check to see if there's any upgrades. There are not, because it would tell us if there were. And we haven't gotten any evolution points currently. Either that or I'm currently maxed out. Okay. Yeah, see, I didn't know that was when I say a thing, like a known common cultural thing in Scotland. It's similar to the, that's just the King James Bible. It's similar to the movie that we watched this Christmas. I'm trying to remember the name of it right now. But was all about, like, Norwegian Christmas. And at least through the lens of this one family, you know, what that's like. because I had no idea. So I think that we're back in the pit where the caravan was crushed and discarded. But I'm not sure what I'm meant to find yet. Learn how the settlers died.
Who's that?
Yes. Something's here.
Please. Stop!
Do you not like a tune?
I liked it when you started it. With mud and rain and overuse, the liking has worn thin.
Did you hear a growl?
Probably your stomach, love.
At least they died together.
Yep, no, we already read that. So look for anything specifically that is sort of a shading blue. I don't know if these spirit ribbons are going to lead us specifically to anything else, or if it's just like, yeah, this area is thick with ghost. Oh, there's something underneath here. Casey, these like spirit cobwebs, is that a thing as well? A whistle Thickskin gave to the second expedition, similar to the one given to Red.
Iris! Your father is hurt and can walk no further. We must rest and treat the wounded.
We must find shelter. The cold night will kill us all.
Fire will bring the wolves.
And so does that accursed whistle. The wolves are already here. Where is Nicholas with the help from Thickskin's camp? Where's our deliverance?
We'll sound the call once more. Thickskin will come. She swore on it.
The whistles only bring the wolves upon us.
Help will come. Help will come, I know it. The Lord have mercy upon our souls.
The huntress has killed us. Rot in hell, thick-skinned Newsmith! Rot in hell!
That spectre's seen a corpse and it wants it for its own.
No, get him!
They never learn, do they? Watch out! Spectre possession.
Go.
Stop that spectre before it possesses the corpse.
I'm trying. No! I could not get over to it.
Die, you bastard!
This is Thickskin's doing. These people were defenseless.
So I had seen like the whistles around, that specific thing around people's necks, and it looked like a whistle, and I sort of like assumed, oh, like to signal others. And then when she gave it to Red, I was like, oh, like now he's part of the group, so she wants him to have it. This idea that it's a dog whistle that was summoning the wolves to them, I mean, like, we're gonna find out more. So if people have played this, I don't want to know. This is not a question, but like, why? Why was she sending people out into the woods with, like, wolf summoning talismans? Because right now, pending additional information, the Scourge is the bodies and the souls of the people that were killed in that caravan that are now ripping around the woods, killing all of the remaining wolves because that's how they died, and also probably really feeling some kind of way about Thickskin here. Like, why? Whatever her motivations were, I'm looking forward to determining them. So the strong might live. Thickskin sent the weaker settlers to their deaths. Oh my. I'm looking forward to reconnecting with Thickskin.
She lied to keep them safe.
How can you defend this?
I don't defend it. I do understand it.
See, I don't know that I do understand it. Okay. Rather than getting all vocal about it, we will proceed and see if there's anything more to learn. Princess Casey was asking the what webs? I'm sorry, I was watching this whole like wolf attack spirit thing, which was very cool. Yes. And the spirits will get into nearby corpses and then reanimate them, and then they are like a whole new tier. Things in the environment that are left and forgotten and sometimes of like spiritual significance will take on, they'll grow these like spectral cobwebs that then obscure them from the sight of mortals until a banisher comes along and, well, I guess actually Antea specifically comes along and like removes the webbing, and then they become
the
like...
second group died terrible deaths, but the Scourge did not kill them.
And yet there must be a connection.
Oh, there's a connection. They are the Scourge. I have very little doubt of that.
Why would hungry wolves leave fresh meat uneaten?
Otherwise, I don't know where you would get enough bodies to make a Scourge, based on what I'm learning it is.
Those claw marks are smaller than the ones we saw earlier.
The tracks start with the expedition and grow in size as they progress.
Surrounding trees have been drawn in by a powerful force.
The beast made itself from the specters of the dead settlers. Here's where it happened.
Made of the specters, the lost settlers. Yep.
There were more than a few settlers. This Scourge is going to be huge.
Those poor people, dying so helpless and so angry.
Casey was saying the web thing, don't know if it's part of another country's called spiritual culture, but in Scotland, this might be taken from the idea of what's called the cursed object. That sounds like it's something that's just part of this game. As far as I'm aware, it might be inspired by some other real-world spirit thing, but I don't know. Yeah, it's not an idea that I've encountered before. The idea of something just being so forgotten. What do you want to bet we find a Scourge down here? So forgotten that it becomes literally unseeable.
Are you ready for the ritual?
No, but let's do it anyway.
Summon Scourge. Sustained through compelling words, carving, or drawing of the Aquila constellation, this ritual will force all types of scourges, harvesters, rage, sorrow, etc. to reveal themselves.
Come out, wherever you are. Come on, show yourself.
Red.
It's behind me, isn't it?
Yes.
Of course it is. Every bloody time.
You are surely too big to be a wolf.
It's a scourge, all right. Anger shaped to kill.
We wish you no harm. We know all about the wolf whistles. The whistles Thickskin gave you. Oh, shite!
You'll get it next time.
Oh, God.
Focus on the stains.
I don't know what that means. Focus on the stains? Is that a thing? Okay. Ow. Okay, don't be corporeal when it does that. Get up. Come on. I just don't have a lot of spirit points. I need to, like...
Why won't you just go down? Not strong enough.
Yes?
Aim for the stains.
Aim for the stains. Oh, like on the arms? Like one arm is glowing, is all I'm saying. Apparently that's what I should be trying to focus on.
Ready and waiting.
Fortunately, she doesn't take physical damage, which it took me a while to figure out. No, I don't know what that was. Okay, it doesn't seem to take damage when it's in this, like, Rage-a-Hall mode.
You did forsake me. Curse you, hate. Curse you, hate.
Okay, I didn't know that was a bomb.
Focus on the stains.
I don't like those things. I'd like to figure out where they're coming from. Oh, they're coming from it, because of course. Yeah, I think I like hunting the orbs as Antea a little bit better, given the fact that she can't take damage. Or it's more of like a stun to her when they go off in her face.
Why won't you just keep going? Strong enough. Aye.
Very low on spirit points here, so... Ow. Come on.
Focus on the stains.
Focus down for its weak spot.
Turns out he's really good at turning to face me.
Focus on the stains.
We've almost got him.
its betrayer. Not Thickskin. Kate.
It spoke her name with just one voice. Her voice. The voice of the nightmare.
You're certain?
To the core of me. Within this creature lurks some part of my killer.
Thickskin and Kate both accused. Is anyone in these damn woods innocent?
Then it were real. This beast. How did I miss you on my travels through the woods?
Because it did not want you. It wants your sister.
Stay, Scotchman. I can use you.
You gave them dog whistlers. You sent them to die.
Those with metal would have reached camp, and I'd have used them too. Those who died won't need feeding.
The weak die that the strong may live.
You tricked them.
I tested them. This be the way of it. This be the way of the world.
We have a hidden watcher. The sister.
Kate? Show yourself.
What? You're unarmed! Get yourself back to camp! All these long years. All these long years, I wish to be like you. To be as tough as you. If I was stalwart like my sister, I thought, I'd have saved her. I'd have saved the woman I love. I wish to be like you. And I see it now. I was just like you. Cold, selfish, afeard of my own heart. And the woman I loved died for it. So many dead. You killed them, as I killed Deborah. Look at us, we have no metal at all. Everything I did so that you could live. You're my sister. I love you. Would you love me if I was weak? Or would you leave me too, to the wolves? How dare you even think it? Oh! I dare because I care.
Enough! I've done your hot work. I banished the monster you swore didn't exist, and now I know the truth. I know what you did.
I made the hard choice. Do you think it pleased me? Do you think it were easy?
Wow, I really think it's more the second thing. I feel like it's a very slender distinction right now, but I don't think that she acted out of malice. I do feel like it's actually much worse than that.
Would saving them have been so much harder? You abandoned them because it was the easy thing to do.
Easy? Look about you. Nothing here is easy, not even for the strong. The weak have no chance at all. No, it's best they die quick, that the rest may live. Them wolves did us all a service.
Better some dead by fang than all dead by famine. That makes a grim kind of sense.
I am very curious about this first part.
What happens now? Can you really give your people hope?
Not me. You. When they hear the Banisher has killed the beast, they'll have all the hope they need.
If that's the story we stick to.
Do you trust your older sister? Rely on her? Fear her?
She appalls me to the depths of my soul. But she be yet my sister. And this I know. Without thick-skinned Newsmith, we would surely starve.
The beast spoke with many voices. One I had heard before. The voice from the chapel. Antea's killer. It charged you, Kate, with betrayal.
What? I don't... This thing can have naught to do with me. I betrayed no one. I knew not of my sister's plan, else I'd have stopped it.
She's telling the truth, but so was the beast. It named her for a reason.
Your journal did not fully burn.
You read it? How dare you?
You loved a woman. She died. You still carry the guilt. Is this why you tried to leave New Eden?
What? No, it was... She died long ago, and I'll talk of her no more.
She fears a reckoning. Let's give her one.
So I'm not 100% certain which one I'm talking to, but perhaps you did the best you could is simply... like, to say that to Kate would make sense, but unfortunately Thickskin is the one who is in the foreground here, so...
Look about you. You brought this curse upon yourselves. Falls to me to lift it.
The older sister's heart is withered. She'll never feel remorse. Let her pay.
She's hard as stone, too far gone.
Mumble all you want, I regret nothing. The curse struck, and I alone saw the danger. I acted.
And now 'tis I who must act.
Legitimately the easiest thing that we've had so far.
You ruthlessly sacrificed the innocent to ensure your own survival. Why can't he let you away with it?
To heal, Kate must be free of her sister's grip.
You mean to kill me? Then you're just like me, only more foolish.
You mean to kill her?
I mean to save her. A malignant spirit lives in thick-skinned Newsmith. And I will banish it.
I've no evil spirit. I've done nothing wrong.
Demon. Sprite. Evil spirit. I banish you. Great tormentor. I banish you. Kan ilfa. Anrisnangi.
Life to the living.
Death to the dead.
Men were roses, a flower. I became the pitiless thorn. But I did not make the world. It made me.
bread. Look.
Deborah! God spare me, no. Please, no, no.
The curse is lifted. Here, at least. I hope she'll be all right.
And you? Are you all right?
It's a while now since I've been all right. I'm determined. I'll have to do.
Okay, like a million things just popped up on the screen. Yeah, we'll talk about this, I think, probably on the way back to town, and then as we save it. Douglas was saying, so this is the opposite of a moral quandary. For me, yes, absolutely. And then Fox McCloud is saying, I wonder if there's a thing for sparing everybody. Like, a story result? I would imagine so, based on Don't Nod's previous work in this same space. The beast is a scourge made up of the specters of the settlers sacrificed by Thickskin and led by the spirit of Kate Newsmith's dead lover. Yeah, so it was around the time that Antea said the scourge named Kate Newsmith with the voice of the nightmare that killed me. And he asked, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, pretty sure. Like, to the core of my being, she's gonna remember what her killer sounded like. Okay. Hold on. Okay, hold on. So I don't think we got here. On the trail of the beast, found the remains of the journal, attesting to her guilty heartbreak at the loss of someone that she loved. They also found the lost group of settlers killed by the wolves. This is the origin of the beast, for it is a scourge, an amalgam of angry specters hell-bent on revenge. When the Banishers made the beast manifest, the scourge accused Thickskin and Kate of separate betrayals. On its death, the ghost of a woman named Deborah appeared, the woman Kate had loved and lost. And clearly the nightmare. The Banishers blamed Thickskin and took her essence, with Thickskin at her most vulnerable. Red ripped her essence free, and Antea took it for herself. Yes, we 100% did. Absolutely. So now our task is a journey on, which we're going to. Let me just check the map. Story results, achievement, or whatever. So whether or not there's an achievement, I would say that, like, I would predict that there's definitely a story beat to it. Because without getting too specific, there's some granularity to, like, the choices that you make in Vampire. I have absolutely zero tolerance for only the strong should survive, you know, people need to prove their survival instinct and stuff like that. It is difficult for me to be less impressed by that way of thinking. That is simply a mechanism for people who have authority and power in whatever their respective group is to weed out the people that they don't deem worthy through a completely arbitrary set of criteria that they say, like let's say that I come along and I'm the only person in town that has a grenade launcher, and I say, oh, hold on.
Look at that.
It's beautiful.
No. Look at it.
Well, that looks
Into
good.
the Valley of Death we go.
Sorry, I don't know if we're going to get some more dialogue. Let's say that I suddenly accrue power and authority, and I have people on my side who are willing to do what I say. And the thing that I think makes you strong is the ability to do all of your math in base 12. So anyone who can't do that in their head, oh, you're too weak to survive in society. After all, if you can't solve a simple mathematical equation, what hope do we have for you?
It's gone. The curse is lifted.
The curse remains. The beast was born of it. A scourge made in equal measure from the treachery of the New Smith sisters. Worse, though shaped by Thickskin's betrayal, it was driven by Kate's.
I feel like the greatest part of the story is still missing.
The New Smiths alone did not create the nightmare. Others in New Eden have treacheries to hide.
I wonder what they did to earn such hate.
Sorry, it's just now occurring to me that I don't have to find a campfire to save. I'm so taken with the story that I'm forgetting the base mechanics. It certainly saved as we walked into the glade here, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw down a save right here. So there we go, and that'll be where we return to the main menu. Yeah, Thickskin New Smith took a group of young people and put them into a situation where they were almost assured to die, and then to be absolutely sure, gave them dog whistles to ensure that hungry wolves would find them relentlessly. And then when they failed to survive, she said, oh, well, that's their fault because they weren't strong enough. I don't want to get really profane here, but think of the four-letter words that I might say to address how little I think of that. She is a horrible human being. I don't know whether it was bloodlust or malice or simply a casual disregard for the different skill sets of different people. Does the blacksmith deserve to die? Do the cooks deserve to die? She made entirely arbitrary choices about who she felt was more or less valuable to, like, her group of survivors, and sent everybody else out to get killed so that she wouldn't have to be responsible for feeding them, despite the fact that, to the best of our knowledge, not one person there would have said the same thing about her. And what role would she have in a slightly different environment where food was plentiful enough that her particular skill set wasn't very useful? What do we need you about? Why do we need you here? Maybe the patricians and the upscale wealthy people of Boston should send you out into the woods to get your ass killed. She saw an opportunity to reshape the people around her so that only those who were, in my opinion, all we know is what we were shown. I'm telling you that based on that character trait, the most loyal, the most subservient, the most useful to her, those were the ones. Oh, and by the way, her sister, who lives under this constant shadow of not being strong enough, who doesn't consider herself worthy, who Thickskin herself doesn't want leaving town, and is so against leaving town that she thinks nothing of giving her sister's rifle to Red, because after all, Kate doesn't need it. What's she gonna do with it? She is strong enough to survive. No, she just happens to know somebody in power. I'm going to step away from this topic because I will go for another 20 minutes about how rotten a human being that I think that is. Here's a quick tip. The people around you have value because they are people. It begins and ends right there. That's the whole conversation. They have value because they are human beings. And if they're not strong in the ways that you find the most valuable, maybe you need to expand your set of values because they are important. And you're not going to set them aside and trade away their lives for your own convenience. And if that's the way that you think about things, there's just something wrong with you. Like if you're madly typing out all of your responses about which classes and, you know, sets of human beings deserve to be alive less than others, not based on the choices that they make, but rather just their qualities and skill sets, I can't argue with you. I'm not going to have a conversation with you because I'm not interested in your point of view. I'm going to walk away from this now because otherwise I will keep going for a significant amount of time. I am hugely invested in this story. I meant it when I said this is the easy, like it's so self-evident which way we're gonna go there. So I was just like, yeah, no, 100% banish her. If the option had come up to banish both of them, that would have been a much more complicated conversation, more to do with what Red would have done. But again, I would not have any difficulty coming up with a scenario where Red absolutely would have sacrificed Thickskin Newsmith, and if I needed to cobble one together in 8 seconds, if she's willing to sacrifice other people for her convenience, why shouldn't he sacrifice her for his? There you go. It's like, see how easy that coin flips? See how easy it is when Red's the one with the power and she's not strong enough to stop him, therefore she deserves to die? Look how easy that is. Anyway, let's end here. Thank you guys very much for joining me for episode 3 of Banishers. We will 100% be back very soon, certainly later this week. Whether it's between now and Thursday, I don't know, but let's pencil in Thursday for our next episode. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.